Good evening, everybody. Pastor Michael coming to you here on a Monday night. I hope you're all having a good day. We are stretching into more time of being apart, and it's becoming more and more difficult for me all the time just to know how to think about this and what to say, and particularly what to pray for and what to pray about. I feel like many of the same things we've been praying for, we have been praying for those in leadership, for those in healthcare, for those alone. Just the number of things that go on and on and on. But it feels like as this stretches on longer and more, just to know how to think about it and what to say about it, and so on, it's almost harder instead of easier in some ways, because it seems like we're starting to say everything that needs to be said, or everything has been said, and you start to sound like a little bit like a broken record, like things are the same yesterday that they were today, and it sounds like they'll be the same tomorrow and the day after that, and it just goes on, and it's tough to know how to talk about it and how to think about it. And it's tough to know what to pray for. And I was reminded in thinking and reflecting on that, thinking about prayer, reminded of these words from Romans chapter 8, where Paul is talking about the Spirit, and he says this. He says, "In the same way, the Spirit helps us in our weakness. We do not know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit himself intercedes for us through wordless groans. And he who searches our hearts and knows the mind of the Spirit, because the Spirit intercedes for God's people in accordance with the will of God." We do not know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit himself intercedes for us through wordless groans. I think that's kind of how I feel right now. I do not know what I ought to pray for. But I continue to pray and continue to believe and hope, knowing that the Spirit that dwells in me intercedes for me and on behalf of me and on behalf of all of us who are lifting our prayers to God right now and presenting them to him, and that knowing that they will be heard and accepted, and that things will be done in accordance with God's will, in his good time and for his good pleasure. That's why we just continue on in faithful, hopeful, Spirit-filled prayer, sometimes just with wordless groans. And then the Spirit intercedes for us to God our Father who is in heaven and hears and sees. So that's my encouragement to you tonight, to continue to pray, to continue to strive on, and knowing that the Spirit is working in you and with you and for you in accordance with God's will. So on this Monday night, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face toward you and give you his prayer-filled peace. Amen. Good night, and God bless you.